Yeah, you'd like The Hunted if you like that kind of stuff.
What are you guys talking about?
Nice.
It's a movie called The Hunted with Tommy Lee Jones and Benicio del Toro. It's an older movie that, like, there was just so much shit coming out. It just, like, completely flew under the radar. But it's got some of, like, the best knife training and knife fighting sequences ever because it's, like, it's very realistic. Like, it's not over the top or anything. It's just, like, matter of fact.
Jackie Chan?
No, it's not Jackie Chan. Like,
are you doing backflips and
no. But, like, it's very brutal. Like, there's the final knife fight is on the edge of a waterfall. Like, between Tommy Lee Jones and Benicio del Toro, and they cut the fuck out of each other, and it is just like, oh my, ow, stop hurting each other.
Who was it? Was it you talking about how there was a knife fight with a guy who was naked?
Oh, have you ever seen Eastern Promises with Viggo Mortensen?
No.
Yeah, Viggo Mortensen's a Russian gangster. It's all about the Russian mob and, like, the tattoo culture, because, like the Russians in that movie, like, they tattoo their knees
You know, I've
to, like,
only
symbolize.
ever seen him as Aragorn, but he looks like a perfect Russian.
Yeah, and he's awesome. And, he fights. There's a 2-on-1 fight at the end of that movie where he fights two guys hand-to-hand, but he's butt-ass naked. Because he's, like, relaxing and stuff, and these two dudes with knives come in there.
Are there any throwing knives in The Hunted? If the movie's all about knives.
No, dude,
there's got to be some throwing
There
knives.
is, yes, he does. There's lots of knife throwing as well.
All right, cool.
He throws it in a way to where the knife, like, it doesn't go like, he throws it and it's just like, oh, jeez. But it's shot, like, really strangely and stuff.
Does he do one of those, the camera follows it from behind?
Yeah. It, like, tracks it. Okay. And, at the end, Tommy Lee Jones makes his own rock knife because Tommy Lee Jones is hunting his former protege.
Oh.
So Tommy Lee Jones is using a handcrafted rock knife.
Wow.
Oh, it's so good. You'd love it.
It's awesome.
It's really good.
I love when he talks about movies, he goes, it's so good. You'd love it.
I think you would, because it's just like, there's not very many movies like that where, like, the violence is very much grounded in reality. It's not John Wick where he's like, pencil through the ear.
Yeah, but I like that.
Well, yeah, of course. Lots of people like that.
Ridiculous over-the-top stuff.
Yeah.
But The Hunted, it feels different because of it.
Yeah. There's a certain feeling you get when it looks real.
Yeah. Like there's just a simple stunt where Tommy Lee Jones jumps off, like, a 15-foot roof. And, like, the stuntman, like, it's not like Tommy Lee Jones, like, lands on his feet and he's like, huh, and then he runs. Yeah. Like, the stuntman, like, jumps off, basically eats shit. Oh, shit. Like, there's no pad. It's just, here's the house. And he jumps off the roof and just lands on the ground and flops off.
So you're telling me it's not like Indiana Jones where they fall from a quarter mile in the air and land on a ice cliff.
We're not talking about that.
There's no Nathan Drake's in this movie.
But just, like, the fact that, like, oh, man, that guy just jumped off and just ate shit. That's pretty awesome.
Now, they did do that in John Wick.
Yeah.
He jumped off the balcony of the club.
Yeah.
He got pushed off or thrown off.
Whatever, but that was comped.
Yeah.
And but remember John Wick 2 when he rolls down the stairs on purpose because it would have been faster than. In John Wick 2, there's this small, tiny little part where there's like a six-step staircase. It's barely anything. He could have jumped over it, but it was faster for him to roll down them than walk down it. It's so fucking funny.
That's awesome. Hey everybody, welcome back to Try Hard number 60 here on Game Attack. Let's all celebrate number 60.
The one where Craig wears a button down.
And a collar.
You look so like, I'm not even kidding. Like, as your best friend, like, you look so good. Like,
you clean.
I'm not like. But I'm just saying, like, the effort that you put in is no different from what you probably put in when you get dressed in one, except for your shirt is so nice and you look great.
I just don't go shopping. That's all. I would rather spend my money on other things like a mortgage.
Rather?
Mortgage, let alone mini mortgages to assist an entire estate.
Yes. So, thank you very much. Appreciate that. We are going out tonight to do some fun stuff with the kids, so I have to look presentable for potential pictures.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Of course, yeah.
I keep looking at that monitor, and it's just me, and I feel like you two are vampires because you don't show
So we've got a preview over there where it's just Parker. Can I show that over there?
We'll put it up. We'll put it up on the post.
No, don't worry about it. It's
so funny, though. I have to.
God.
I have to. I'm sorry.
We have this beautiful set. It's all framed up.
It's just me. I feel like I'm talking to nobody and I'm going insane.
I'm sorry. I know that drives you crazy, Craig. I'm sorry.
Like, we have this wonderful, beautiful set. You can literally see, like, pan to the right. You can actually see where the set just sucks.
It just stops.
Like, we have this wonderful set. It's like it just stops looking. It's like
We were like, it's the old office. Nothing changed until you just pan over like a couple
It
inches.
just looks like just a bunch of just a big old
But you know
pile
what?
of poop.
But you know what? I couldn't be happier for that ball of poop because
Me
the
neither.
G1's made it happen.
Yeah.
for
Everybody
us.
comes here, goes like they look at the outside, they go, and then they come in, they go, "That's pretty fucking cool."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. Love it. It's awesome. This episode of the Retired Podcast is brought to you by two longtime sponsors this week. Blue Apron and Dollar Shave Club.
Awesome.
They've been with us for a long time. We'll be talking more about them
faves.
here in just a little bit. They support us, so please support them.
Could not be easier to endorse. Those guys are awesome.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right, so the Game Awards were this week. That was the big deal.
Yeah, and like half the stuff I don't want to say because it could dampen like my reputation with my peers.
Well, I didn't hear
Why?
anything about the Game Awards, so at least tell me like
What do you
some of the
mean?
highlights.
Like I don't want to let Jeff Keighley down because he seems like a really nice guy. Yeah.
It seems like it went over pretty well.
Oh yeah, totally. But just like the Game Awards is awesome. Like Jeff Keighley's obviously done awesome work.
You know what's funny?
But like, god damn, Jeff Keighley loves him some Hideo Kojima. My goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeff Keighley loves Hideo Kojima. He loves Reggie Fils-Aimé, and he loves Jeff Keighley.
Yeah.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
The only rendition of Jeff Keighley that I know is Craig's. I've never actually seen the man's
That one that
face.
doesn't look anything like Jeff
I've
Keighley.
only ever seen you in an orange curly wig.
He doesn't even have red hair.
I know.
He just had this wig. Yeah, that was fun.
I didn't watch the production, but usually I see a lot of people complaining about there's like, oh, there's a musical guest, and like, oh, Jack Black's there again. You know, so like what?
I was reading
Shit.
Forbes' review of it, and they said it was pretty. It was the best iteration of the Game Awards so far.
Yeah,
they
okay.
didn't
And I
have
think-
ridiculous. They like a few years ago they had that Schick razor guy in there. and
Yeah.
it was like this guy dressed up as a giant razor, and it was like
Okay.
they didn't have.
Oh
that
yeah,
this
the
year.
Gillette thing.
Oh,
like,
gotcha.
I think in time it's just like the Xbox One X is probably the best version of Xbox because they threw away the stupid Connect
Yeah.
and like all
They
the bullshit.
It. They made the
And-
hardware better.
in
In comparison to the game
Yeah.
to the Game Awards, like it's all stripped down and it's like cool. Here's the game announcements you wanted. Here's the awards you wanted.
Get
And
the
here's
fuck out.
Yeah, and see you later.
And yeah, of course, you got your guy who's jet lag slashed on crack or whatever, who comes out and he's like, "My game's the best game ever."
What was with the guy? Yeah, what was with the guy? There was a dude that was like,
Was there a Kanye?
No, well, that kind of. There was a moment where I don't even know who the guy was. He's a film director or something, and now he's making games, and he's like, he came out and he was really erratic,
Uh-huh.
and his excuse was, "Look, I'm kind of jet lagged, right?" And it's like, okay, so
get off the fucking show, you know?
so
Go.
and he was supposed to have like maybe 90 seconds with Keeley, and
Sure.
he ended up having
So
like
he
an
won
extra minute.
something.
No, it was
Oh,
just to
okay.
present a new game.
Oh, gotcha.
And his thing was like, I don't care what it. He went off. He's like, you know what? Can I just say this? Fuck the Oscars. This is what it's all about. Except in his own kind of way. He's like, fuck. He's like, fuck you, Oscars, you assholes. You know, like, and he's just like going up. I don't know if he said assholes, right? But
Yeah.
it was presented that way.
Bashing the Oscars.
And then he goes off and starts talking about how. He's like, I don't care if everybody hates my game. My game is the best game in the world. It's like it was one of those things where he's like, I have so much belief in my game. I don't care what anybody thinks about it. This is the best game ever created.
Fish
You know?
2.0.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very Phil
Peter
Fish, right?
Molyneux.
Yeah. But he definitely put some eyes on a game that I don't even know what the game was, but at least I was like, oh, when it comes out, I'll be like, oh, it's the game that the guy thought was the best game in the world.
Yeah.
You know. So there was that, and game of the year went to like everyone gets
Overwatch?
so no
What
game
was
of the year went to Zelda, Breath of the Wild, which
I
I
would
think
not have. I mean, I love the game, but I would not have expected that. Just with I don't know how they decide who wins.
there's a panel.
Yeah, there's a panel.
There's a panel of probably 35, 40 journalists that
I guess Overwatch came out last year, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
Overwatch.
Overwatch got Game of the Year last year.
Okay.
But you want to go down the list of
Yeah, I would.
things
I think
real
it'd
quick?
be really fun.
Because I didn't watch any of it outside of just that one YouTube clip.
Yeah, I was watching
Yeah.
Westworld with Chelsea.
Love that.
We'll,
shit.
we'll
Did you
get into
just start it?
Westworld. We'll get into Westworld. in a
Holy
minute.
shit.
You go.
Okay, I love
All
that.
right, so
shit.
game of the year, it was Horizon, Persona 5, Battlegrounds, Odyssey, and Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild won. Best game direction, I don't know what the fuck that means. Zelda won that as well. Best narrative, What Remains of Edith Finch? I've never heard of that.
I've
Yeah.
heard of it. don't
I
know.
believe that is it's either a walking simulator or like a first-person mystery game where you look for clues and stuff. So really
Like,
narrative heavy.
So best
Yeah.
art direction went to Cuphead.
Okay.
Good for those
Yeah,
guys.
good for
That's
Cuphead.
great.
Other notable, I mean, naturally, that game looks beautiful.
Of course.
Yeah,
Like, it
it's
was so
awesome.
unique looking. It
Yeah.
naturally should be. Some other notable nominees were like Destiny 2, which I thought was just like it looked like a
Okay.
generic shooter with some neon attached to it.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah.
And Breath of the Wild had was a nominee as well.
Yeah,
which
I could see that.
I could see that just from the watercolor aesthetic. You know, we've talked about that a million times. How Nintendo has this. They make everything
The
look cartoony,
timelessness,
so it's
yeah.
timely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Best score went to Nier. Best audio design, Hellblade.
Nier had a really good
Is that
soundtrack.
a horror game?
No, Nier's a Japanese hack and slash, a la God of War, Ninja Gaiden.
Okay.
If you see cosplay of the blind girl, the girl with the
Yes.
with the
With
blindfold,
the rag over? Yeah.
with the rag over her face, and she's got a super short skirt, and her white panties are always showing. That's from Nier.
Okay.
Sounds awesome. Best ongoing game, which I guess is like, that's games now. The idea
Yeah.
of like a Destiny or GTA or an Overwatch.
Something that people still play, I'm guessing.
Yeah, Overwatch won that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Rainbow Six was also in there. Warframe. Best independent game went to Cuphead.
Cool.
Best mobile game went to. It doesn't matter. Best handheld game went to the new Metroid.
That's so stupid. Like, that just drives me crazy. Like, Zelda Breath of the Wild should be a best handheld game. Like, or Mario Odyssey should be best handheld game. Like, what the fuck?
Best action game, Wolfenstein. Best action adventure, Breath of the Wild. Best role-playing game, Persona 5. Best fighting game, Injustice 2. Best family game, Mario Odyssey. Best strategy game, Mario plus Rabbids.
That's the best. Then again, I don't know any.
Yeah,
others that
any
came
other
out,
ones, yeah.
but-
Most anticipated game, Last of Us Part 2.
Uh-huh.
Best esports game, Overwatch. And blah, blah, blah. So,
Nice.
Trinity Gamer.
Dr. Disrespect.
Okay.
Rightfully so.
Yep.
So there was I don't know, it was really interesting. There's a best Chinese game category. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Whatever. Why not a best European
They get their
game?
own
Yeah.
games.
You know,
yeah.
like why not a best
Mexican
Brazilian game?
I don't
you know,
know.
like pick a country.
Well, the thing is now, at least EA has offices like all over the world.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you would even decide. I
don't know.
It's not like China made it in house.
Yeah.
It's just like a company in
Yeah,
China.
yeah.
Oh,
made
this
it.
is from China.
This is
Anyways, it was. This is how I prefer to take my game awards right here.
Yeah.
Is this way.
Yeah, you just read it in 5 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm good. I saved myself 3 hours, and I didn't have to go through any hoopla. I went to the first Game Awards. I went to the first Game Awards.
First ever?
The first one when they were in Vegas. And it looks like they were able to fill the seats a little more this time because the first one I went to was about half full.
Yeah.
And it was like free seating and stuff. And it was certainly an event to grow on. And I remember hearing Jeff went pretty much invested his entire savings into making it happen.
Yeah.
So I think that's really great. I said that a few years ago, and I think it's a lot to be proud of with what he's been able to build.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think the industry definitely needs that. Even, you know, like it's easy to make fun of and stuff like that, but like, you know, it's good that he has, or that games have a platform that's recognized, that's syndicated, and
Yeah.
that you know Jeff made him happen. So
It's good.
He deserves
on him.
all the credit he gets.
Now,
So.
when Game Attack will be nominated for Trending Gamer, I don't know. We'll
Next
see.
year.
Never.
Let's go.
Never.
But we'll see.
right.
Well, you got to get trending first.
Yes.
We got
You got to do something trend worthy.
That's right.
What's
Yes.
going to be your trend worthy breakout?
Well, I don't know. Like, it's not going to be streaming because Dr. Disrespect is pretty much a god.
He's owned that, yeah.
I love Dr.
He's got a
Disrespect.
great
He's
character.
really funny.
Yeah, he got a great character.
His stuff. He's most funny not when he's playing games.
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
yeah.
I know. That's the best
his
part.
entire bit.
Because
you know?
like it's like the breaks are he's just kicking ass when he's playing because he's good.
Yeah, he's
and then
plays
like
all the time.
and then during his breaks it's hilarious. And just I don't know.
he's built this little this world
Yeah.
around him, which is great. I think it's really really funny.
And he like tells his audience to like get up and stretch and take care of themselves and like it seems like a pretty positive character even though he's like really extreme.
Yeah.
And have you seen him doing the there's like this it's like a microwavable food that's like extreme. But like he's now doing
an ad- is
ads, like Twitter ads for them now.
Nice.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's basically like mac and cheese with bacon all in it. Like it's meals like that
Sure,
for
sure.
like hungry gamers,
Sure.
that kind of thing.
Sure,
but like
sure, sure.
I saw one where he's like
Fuck.
I saw one where he's like playing a piano and he's like, "Do you know how long it took me to learn how to play a piano? About 2 hours." And he's like playing this really awesome song and there's just like a microwavable dinner on there. But, like it seems like he's doing stuff to elevate that character into
Good.
something
Yeah.
marketable. So
It
Awesome.
should be. It's just like it's ultimate testosterone type. Thing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
great.
yeah.
And it helps that he's like 6'8".
is he?
Yeah,
Is he
he's huge.
Yeah.
He's a big dude. So hey, speaking of cement, there was a video being passed around on the internet.
Is this the article I found that you don't
Yeah,
want me to read?
yeah. We're gonna watch this video and talk about it together.
Okay.
There was a. This is where fucking YouTube is. This is where it is.
Okay.
Like, what the fuck?
Do you mean like this is where YouTube is?
We're not gonna watch a fucking child exploitation video, are we?
No.
No, these guys are old enough to know better.
Are you
Okay.
saying this is where YouTube is, like, as in the eyes of society, or just as a culture of its own right?
Pick it.
All
Whatever
right,
you
all
want. All right. So this is a video where a gentleman had to be saved by the firemen
I can see the
who
picture.
come out because he and his buddy felt it would be funny to cement a microwave on his head.
What? What?
Yeah.
How do you not die?
I don't know. Is there like a recently watched thing here? I pulled it up.
Just continue.
No.
Maybe you didn't get it.
All right, I guess it didn't go far enough to do it. I'll find it real quick.
Okay.
But yeah, so this guy went in and it's like one of those prank channels, which makes you want to cut a bitch.
Some of them are okay. Like there's one I saw of a guy that was at like some of the beaches in Los Angeles.
Look at some of our recent searches.
Squirt
Awesome Mexican music.
Squirt green screen.
Then we got a bunch of those a bunch of requests from the G1s,
Yeah.
which is great. That's awesome.
Caffeine by Jeff.
Sorry.
But there was this one prank video I saw recently, and normally I don't click on them just because there's like, this is episode 300 of the same prank or whatever. But there's this one guy on the beaches in Los Angeles, and people were like washing off, and while their head was down, you would put like shampoo in their head, and then they would,
it'd foam up.
Yeah, and you'd keep doing it. It was pretty good. But and that was like a harmless thing that wasn't about getting girls to make out with you or like any other,
Okay, so the title of this video is "I cemented my head in a microwave and emergency services came. Almost died." I'm not gonna.
It's 10 minutes.
Yeah. So there you
How
go.
can he breathe?
How can you breathe? Exactly. That's it. That's right.
Oh, he's got a breathing
Is that a
tube. Right
tube?
there. Yeah, he
Yeah,
got a breathing
okay.
tube.
So they called the.
Is this the U? No, where is this?
This is in the UK. Yeah.
Okay,
So these dudes, they thought it'd be really funny, quote unquote, prank. I guess.
What's with the gross hands?
What is this?
This is just the
Is
intro
this like
to it,
okay?
right? So
It's like their channel.
they thought it'd be funny to do this, and they went in and they I don't know. So they did this, but the big thing with this thing is that the emergency services came out and they had to take this off his head, right?
Uh-huh.
And he has a microwave with all sorts of electronical shit and cement surrounding him, right?
Yeah.
So he can't breathe, right? And it took over an hour to do with like 4 or 5 people coming to help out.
Did it start solidifying? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
cement takes like up to 3 days, but it starts very quickly.
Well, so they put it on his head and he's solidified. See, he has a mask on. Look at this.
Okay, yeah, go from there.
Okay. So he's got this mask that he puts on, I guess, to protect his face. And they go in and they have to like get it off him. Like, first off, really good idea.
First off, yeah, whatever trick starts with you putting a plastic bag on your head probably isn't going to end that well.
Yeah, and these guys are making a shit ton of money on YouTube, by the way.
Oh, of course.
Right?
Especially from this video. I'm
Like,
sure.
hey,
Is their channel popular?
yeah, it's 3 million subscribers.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 million subscribers.
That's like the average for prank channels, probably.
I guess. Well, good ones.
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah.
Quote unquote good ones.
Yeah,
The quality ones.
So they went in and they thought this would be a great idea. And
Yeah.
they rested his head in the cement, and all of a sudden he's ready to go. And all of a sudden the emergency people come out.
Does he
and-
die?
Should have. But no, he does not.
Is it kind of like, it's probably bad of me to say this, but like I think the headline would have been much better if it said man dies because he cemented his head in a microwave.
Yeah, but they're like, it was so funny. It was really stupid, but it was funny.
Yeah.
And like, don't do this. And,
I mean, that is fucking funny.
well, first off, he's upside down. He has all the blood rushing to his head.
Yeah.
Oh, here, let's just tighten up the cement.
Yeah.
Right.
God.
Like, this is one of those things where they're like, did they have an escape when they were thinking of this thing?
I don't know.
So this was trending on YouTube.
Clearly not. They had to call the fire department. Clearly there was no
Yeah.
backup plan
Yeah,
as to
so-
when
so
the
the-
cement
They
failed.
should have just microwaved the cement.
With his head in there.
Yeah.
So there you go. He's got it on his head.
Look, you're brand new EDM artist. I can go listen to him.
Oh my God, I can't breathe. What's happening? Oh my God. So they call them the air tube got blocked.
Their air tube
Their
got
tube.
blocked.
So they call the people out. They're pissed because they have to spend all this time when they could be doing something, I don't know, meaningful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't do next video. Hold on.
TGF, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
Jeez.
This is just the new hot shit.
This
Yeah,
is the
but I
new
mean-
hot shit.
But doing stupid shit to yourself has always been a popular thing on YouTube.
I don't know. I don't even fucking care. I saw this and I thought, wow, what a bunch of fucking idiots.
Yeah.
And
I want to be a YouTuber. Yeah, there you go, guys. Have
All you
fun.
gotta do is hurt yourself in some way that's funny. to
Yeah.
they're
others.
probably laughing all the way to the bank. They're like, look at those fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Oh, they got enough.
Yeah. So congratulations.
How'd they get it off? Did they break it? Or did
Yeah, they had to go in with like a fucking blowtorch and get it off his face.
Melts off the microwave.
Well, there's like electrical parts they had to go around. so-
Right.
Was he maimed in any way? That'd be cool.
I don't know.
He's just always
I didn't
got
get
a
that
piece
far.
of,
I don't like to
concrete
be
on his
surrounded
face.
by just idiocy like that, you know?
Yeah.
So, but I'll tell you what, they started getting publicity.
Yeah.
You know, we're talking about it. The news is talking about it. Like, everyone's fucking talking about it. So,
There's
It's hard to not sell out.
There's a UK
That's what's selling out now, by the
YouTuber
way.
that he'll, like sometimes his videos like pop up on my like recommended for some reason, and it's like I ship myself to France or whatever, and it's like him in a box, and he's got this I don't know where he's from, but he's not from like England. He's got this accent, and he's just very obviously floating in the beach for like an hour. But he's like, it's so hot, I can't survive in here for too much long. He's just like in a box with a GoPro, like floating out in the beach.
Yeah.
And then,
Like barely getting past the
like,
tide.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like 6 feet out. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know, man. Oh god, that's always been a popular thing, though. Not the cement head, but
well, Jackass started it all. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
Well,
like-
I mean, even before then, people were doing stupid things, but Jackass made it like cool to do because I'm
television,
rich
yeah.
and famous, and
Right.
now half of them are dead.
Yeah.
only like 2.
Well,
Oh,
whatever.
I,
Then again,
will
only
tell
2
you.
of them
I'll
got
tell you what.
successful.
Just about everyone but Johnny Knoxville's lives are completely ruined. I'll tell you that.
Steve-O's
much.
okay,
She was.
and he did the most.
his life went to pretty much shit.
He had his own TV show. If you've seen him recently, he looks fine. I mean, he probably had rough years.
I think Chris
after-
Pontius is all right as well, but Bam was
Yeah.
in bad shape. I watched a
Yeah.
documentary with Bam recently. It's a really good doc, and Bam was just like, "Yeah, every single thing you imagine we did, we were totally doing, and we were in deep shit.
Yeah.
Every single one of us, and like he was just overweight and like couldn't move his body because he
thought he,
was
like,
all fucked up.
dropped off the face of the earth and
He
like,
did.
got addicted to heroin. Or
He
something.
did because
yeah.
Ryan Dunn, his best friend Ryan
Yeah.
Dunn, died.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's resume this in just a second.
Yeah.
I'll let you know. This episode of the Try Hard Podcast, number 60, is brought to you by our friends at Blue Apron. Blue Apron is the leading meal kit delivery service in the United States. And while many people know what we do, many do not know about the types of meals you can eat when you cook a Blue Apron. It's awesome.
A Blue Apron meal.
Yeah, it's good
Meal.
stuff.
A blue
You're not just having burgers for dinner. You're making short rib burgers with hoppy cheddar sauce on a pretzel bun.
Oh my God!
You're preparing seared steaks in thyme pan sauce with mashed potatoes,
Oh my God!
green beans,
Jeez.
and crispy shallots. All
Stop.
under 45 minutes without a trip to the grocery store.
No.
It's good stuff. Blue Apron is the #1 fresh ingredient and recipe delivery service in the stinking country. Blue Apron offers 3 plans: 2-person meal plan, family meal plan, or wine plan. Check that out. I didn't even know that. That's
I didn't know
amazing.
they had that
Yeah.
either.
6 bottles of wine from renowned winemakers delivered monthly. Whoa. Man, that's awesome. Yeah, so much stuff going on. So if you haven't tried Blue Apron, like we talked about it many, many times, it's awesome, especially with the holiday season coming up.
Oh yeah, it'll
you-
be real easy to look good in front of that fam.
Hey, just saying.
Yeah, look, if you
You want to look good at Christmas? You got the in-laws coming over? Just saying. You're gonna cook some fancy stuff and some good stuff with Blue Apron. What were we gonna say, Parker?
I said if you ever want to impress a date, you just order Blue Apron. You go, hey baby, we're having what? Just
Whatever you want.
What names?
Short rib burgers and hoppy
He had
cheddar
already
sauce on
read
a
the
pretzel.
examples.
Shit.
Yeah.
And then it'll be great.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good way to impress your friends and anyone else.
Yep, it's awesome. So here's the thing. Blue Apron is treating all Try Hard and G1s, Try Hard viewers and G1s, to their first dinner, a $30 value if you visit blueapron.com/tryhard. And you can check out next week's menu, as well as you get $30 off and free shipping at blueapron.com/tryhard. So definitely give it a try. Definitely, just like we've had a lot of G1s who've said, I've given it a try. I love it.
Yeah.
So, like I said, they've been sponsoring us for a long time. They're great partners, and we totally vouch for how awesome they are. It's great to work with them, and they have a really great product. No matter if you're They'll find you what you want, even though you may not even know you want it, which is great. So, great. So give it a try. It's blueapron.com/tryhard. $30 value, and free shipping. So thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Once again, they support us, so please support them. So you're talking about the Jackass guys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But yeah, there was a dog.
Why do you have a knife in your shoe?
Cold steel.
Cold steel. It's a training knife. Parker grabbed it, and I knew he was going to play with it, so I took it from him so I could play with it.
If it's not fidget spinners, because obviously those are for autistic kids now, I guess. But
are they really?
that's what the thing came out. That's why people stopped having fidget spinners.
What do you mean?
You didn't hear about that?
No, this is why they were created in the first place.
Well,
Yeah.
right, but people didn't know that, and so like,
So
I
then
guess,
they became uncool because it was their
yeah, like
kids?
that's why people got like annoyed with having them or whatever.
What?
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's why the fidget spinner fad died off, because people found out it was
For like autistic children or like kids with
Are you serious?
mental impairments. Yeah, that's totally why.
Fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
But yeah, that
world?
extra sensory stimulation is always like needed. I can't just sit still in a classroom for.
Don't
no
flip the
matter-
knife so much because it's loud and it makes noise. Hey, I got something really serious to talk about. I just thought of
Oh, sure.
a second ago. Like really serious. I hope it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, so me and Chelsea went to a Christmas party the other night, and I got a message from my estranged brother's wife,
Okay.
and she was like, "Hey, my brother's name is Chris," and she was like,
So your
Hey.
brother-in-law.
"Yeah,
Okay.
my half brother."
Gotcha.
We don't really consider. I don't think I've ever considered them half. Are we recording?
I sure hope so. God, yes.
Okay. Jeez.
The mouse had moved up to streaming, so it was over streaming. I was like, oh god.
We're good. Continue.
Anyways, so she had sent me a message on Facebook because, like, I haven't talked to my brother in like 6 years, and I was like, I wanted to see like if he wanted to hang out or something.
But
'Cause-
you sent him the message?
yeah, I sent him a
So
message.
you're like, hey, you want to hang out, bro?
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
hey, dude, like, I hadn't talked to you in like 6 years. I don't know why you don't talk. He like avoids my mom and everything, like won't return her calls and shit.
Okay.
And so like apparently my mom had called the police to get his information. Because like imagine if
Jeez.
like you hadn't talked to Kinsey in
Sure.
like 8 years, and you're
It's
like,
a weird thing to imagine now.
and just be like, I'm tired of this shit. I'm gonna call the cops. I don't care. My brother's like 40 or something like that, you know.
Yeah.
And so like my brother asked his wife to ask me if my mom was terminally ill or if she was dying, because then she would probably
Go see her.
go
or
see her
something.
and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Her being like disabled and in bed and like
Right.
not able to walk, that's all good.
Sure.
So like the last time
Yeah.
I saw my brother, it was at my sister's funeral. My sister died of H1N1, like out of nowhere. And he came to the funeral for like 5 minutes. He sat down and he just started crying, and then he left with this girl who's now his wife.
Okay.
My brother also, I hope my mom doesn't see this. My brother also has a child named Kelsey, who's the name of my deceased brother, who was like really close to now this estranged brother.
So real quick, I just want to be clear. You've had two immediately, you have a brother and a sister die.
Yes,
So
yes.
sorry, I never knew that.
Yeah.
And you have another brother
Who's estranged
who you haven't talked to.
in like 6 years
Do you have
because of
any
their
other
death.
siblings?
No.
So you had 4 kids in your family.
Yeah, they
Two who have passed.
my sister was a different husband than my dad, and the two brothers, Chris and Kelsey, they were different.
Okay.
A different man than my dad, and their dad died too. So like pretty much everyone's dead. So my brother's just like isolated out there, right? And so he had his wife message me on Facebook to see if my mom was dying, and so
'Cause
like
he couldn't do it himself for some reason.
yeah, and I was
Okay.
like, and so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna call you and talk to her. And so I talked to her, and like, I think to like her surprise, I was just like a normal person that was like, hey, if you can like, if you ever just want to be like, hey, Chris, like, you can just call Sean anytime and hang out with him if you want to.
Yeah.
It's like there's nothing weird going on. It's just my brother's like a lone wolf. Like he was in the military. He's got tattoo sleeves. he like drives motorcycle, with like the 8 hangers.
All I
like
can imagine is Sean with a longer beard.
Yeah.
It's just that's
And so like it was just really weird, like because my mom doesn't know that he's married, and she damn sure doesn't know that it's her only grandson, her only grandchild, and she doesn't know. My mom doesn't know it exists.
Wow.
And so like, man, it was just a weird experience, and I think like she was like really surprised that I was just like, yeah, I live with my wife Chelsea here in Louisville, like. She has an awesome job. Like I'm running my own business with my co-owner now. Things are going great. So like anytime you want to hang out, just like tell him that it's cool. And so, yeah, it was just a really weird experience. It's very sad and unfortunate.
It's weird how family perceives each other, right?
Yeah.
Like, so I have an uncle who was like he wasn't a tennis pro, but he like aspiring tennis player.
Semi-pro.
Right? Made a little bit of money, semi-pro, I guess.
Yeah.
Made a little money, not like he was never a pro. Played pretty well. I don't know much more than that, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
but
tennis.
he was the youngest in the family of my mom's side, right? By several years.
Did your mom have a lot of siblings?
Yes, she has same situation, 4 kids in the family, and there's a pretty good gap. There's probably I think it's 15 or 20 years between the oldest and the youngest, right? And the youngest was, probably a mistake at the time. But,
yeah.
But the youngest,
one more.
Yeah. But the youngest is also
a mistake at the time.
well, I mean, yeah. I mean, there's
whenever
there's a pretty big gap, chances are.
Right.
Whoops.
Yeah.
But he's also gone on to make the most money in the family, and he's been successful. He lives in a great house, has a really nice wife, and he's been the source of envy for my mom.
Sure.
My mom and my aunts and it's kind of one of those, and to a lesser, I wouldn't even say my oldest uncle, but so it's one of those things where there's like this perception, right? And that's what you're told growing up, that like, hey, oh, that's Uncle Paul, whatever.
Yeah, it's Uncle Paul.
Like he's so Kinsey is really interested in learning how to play tennis, right? And we saw him at Thanksgiving, and I was like, "Hey, Kinsey would love to play tennis." And he's like, "Really?" And he got like really excited.
Yeah.
He's like, "I would love to teach her how to play tennis. Like, I would love to teach her." And he got like really excited.
Genuine
about it.
enthusiasm.
Yeah, like not like, "Oh, cool, that's great. Maybe I'll teach you sometime."
No, but it's like something I can do that will,
Yeah, like his kids are all grown up. Like,
of course.
Like he's got one who's a year away from graduating college, one who's a year away from graduating high school.
Past the influence
Exactly,
age,
right? And they played a little tennis, but I think he like sees it like, oh man, this would be a great opportunity to. So, anyways,
she'll become what I wasn't.
So I asked my mom the other day. I was like, hey, can I get Uncle Paul's phone number? And she goes, don't reach out to him. He'll just let you down. And I was like, what the hell's that about? Like, how about you just let me form my own opinion about this man,
totally.
Who I've been told not to talk to for 25, 30 years.
Right.
And this is the same guy who gave me a McDonald's gift card for Christmas one year.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like,
do you say that like it was a good thing? Or
no,
a bad thing?
my other cousins got Battletoads.
Oh, okay. Then it's a bad thing.
Yeah, it was a bad thing. Right?
Because as like a 4-year-old, like I'd be like, burgers.
Yeah.
It would be great.
Burgers.
But it was one of those things where like I went in and I was like, she sent me 2 numbers. She goes, I'm not even sure which one it is. And I was like, so you want me just to like text both numbers and be like, Uncle Paul?
Question mark.
just
send a picture of your face.
Which
one recognizes
do you
me?
recognize me?
Who am I?
Yeah, it's like one of those things where there's like this perceived or I guess perception of people, and it's so stupid to think about that. Like I know that there's people who, like, especially online, we work online and we put ourselves out there so much, right? And I think with Game Attack, more than any other brand, people like there's no fake characters.
Yeah.
Outside of like Evil Craig.
Yeah.
Right.
Like there's no fake characters at Game Attack.
Yeah.
Right? We're pretty raw here. Whereas, you look at Funhouse, those guys are not like that. You look at Couch Up, those guys are not like that. Like, they always, even at Screw Attack, I was always like, let's amp it up a little bit, right?
Yeah,
amp
give
yourself
it
up,
energy, yeah.
and give it, exactly. And
I mean, like maybe in the edited gameplays or in Mario Party, like we're amped, like.
Yeah, I think it's natural enthusiasm.
Yeah.
And the way they're cut makes it look that way. But
Yeah.
but like everyone kind of has their role, right? And it's just, I know there's people who perceive us a certain way, or me, or Parker, or whatever,
Right.
based off of how things are cut or something that's said in a video or whatever, and that's exactly how they perceive. And it's really weird to think about that when really, I mean, if you're basing it just off that like one tiny incident or whatever, you really have no fucking idea who anybody is,
And that's all right. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
there's
it
nothing you
is.
can do about that,
No.
But yeah, like I think with like my brother's dad, like he was a Vietnam veteran, like had a tough time when he came home, like because like
PTSD and all that.
Yeah, he was like my dad was in Vietnam, but he was like he coped okay because I think he was like a mailman or whatever, so like he was just delivering briefcases
He
to
was
generals.
in frontline combat.
Yeah, but like this guy, like he was just like I just picture his experience of watching his friends just explode. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like they had like a pretty messy marriage, and like who knows like what he said about my mom, like maybe some of it was true. Like maybe he like influenced them to hate her, like, and like also my perception is he just left. Like he just stopped talking and stuff. Maybe his mom and maybe my mom and him got into a big fight. Like, and so I don't know what I don't know what his perception of things is. Other than like, I need to be alone for a decade.
Yeah.
I got your families confused. I was thinking it was the same guy that played tennis that went to Vietnam.
Like knocking.
He had a
bolts out
tough
with a
time.
fucking tennis
Yeah,
racket,
yeah.
Doing slides.
You can't hurt me anymore. it's like
Well, so it's funny. Like you think about PTSD and how it's so funny that we come back to this stuff and how stupid we were 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Now,
What about like, mental illnesses?
Yeah, about all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like when people look back on this era, we're like, we know everything. We're so fucking smart.
Yeah.
When we know jack shit about
Yeah.
Well,
like,
it's the information age.
Well-
It's the fact that it's available to know that we assume that we already know it.
well, you look at like I just looked up when PTSD was first diagnosed.
Right.
And like you think about all the people who went to the Great War, World War One, World War Two,
Yeah.
and they come back fucked up.
yeah,
right.
man, Billy's kind of an asshole right
Like,
now. Billy,
yeah.
why are you being like that?
Man, my dad was a military, like that's what they always said about
Right.
my
he was a
grandpa.
military
He was a
man.
military man. He
No,
was
he
very
fucking-
stern. Didn't show a whole lot of emotion.
No, he watched his friend get a third of his brain shot out.
Exactly.
Like,
And, like so PTSD was first diagnosed in 1980.
I'll say they
my
talk about
God,
it.
Like,
really?
Yeah,
They-
1980.
They talk about it in Stranger Things, but like it's a theoretical thing.
Yes.
Almost.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
they totally do.
It's-
I always think about AIDS in the Reagan administration, and then being like, "Don't drink after anyone with AIDS, or you're gonna get it and you're gonna die." Like,
Right.
well, we talked about football like, a couple weeks ago with the with all that stuff, and it's like
that's happening
dude,
right now.
Yeah, right fucking now. And like
Yeah.
all these, like we're going to look back, MMA, all these contact sports where you're like, man, we just beat the shit out of each other. What
Yeah.
the fuck were we thinking?
Yeah, yeah.
You know? It is. Yeah, it's,
I mean,
it's so fun.
well, I'm saying we've been doing that since we were Greek. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like,
You're right.
Theaters and like, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Well, they were wrestling. You
Right.
know?
Either way, physical
You
contact
get hit in the head with a
sports-
discus.
Yeah. Physical contact sports have always been a thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's just the team element of it. But at the same time, you look at like so many things. There's so many diseases we don't know about.
Yeah.
And I'm the guy who's like, man, we diagnose something for everything. And like, really, does that really need to be a diagnosis? Like, oh, my left toe hurts. It's like, oh, well, you got left toe-itis, traumatic disorder. It's like, well, fuck that, But at the same time, there are legitimate things that you look at and you're like, man, like even 10 years ago, like 2007, you go, geez, like people like on NFL Countdown, they had which is the ESPN pregame show, they had a segment called Jacked Up, where they would just show the biggest hits of people getting leveled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
It's
totally.
like,
They still do shows like that, like Ridiculousness, like any kind of show. They
oh, sure,
yeah,
sure.
it's all about people like hurting themselves, basically.
Just tell me, just say pass if this is too political. But like, I was watching a thing on like the kids vaccinations things, and there was interviews with moms that were saying that there's so much information that they don't know who to trust.
There was a Family Guy episode on that too.
Like that was
Yeah, like when you get into like vaccination, like it's amazing because generally this is going to be a really broad sweeping statement, but it's pretty accurate.
Okay.
Generally,
Should I say pass before you finish this sentence?
49 states think one way, and then another state thinks another.
Yeah.
Thinks another way, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
And it's one of those things where if you go out to the West Coast, why are you putting that in my child? You know, it's like because it's going to protect you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
fucking-
but just like we are in the age of information, and I think I was just thinking. I wasn't really thinking about like the topic, but like you were just saying like. You know, we know so much. It's like
we know nothing.
Yeah.
Like we still don't even know who killed JFK.
I know.
Like what the fuck?
They said they were going to release it, and they did.
It was Magneto. You didn't see X-Men? He curved the bullet.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
In X-Men, yeah, they
They
had a
blame
flashback
him, yeah.
where they had Magneto curve a bullet like through
Really?
the car. Yeah, it's
I don't
awesome.
remember that. That's stupid as shit.
It was X-Men. Which one was it? Days of Future
Days
Past?
of Future Past.
Yeah, it's one of the
yeah.
newer ones.
They keep him in like a concrete prison. They're like, what's he? He's in the Pentagon. Like they keep him at the Pentagon. They're like, what is he there for? He's like, he killed JFK.
because he moved a bullet through.
That's
I love it
amazing.
when movies do stuff like that, though. Just like play with historical
That's
events.
funny as shit. This episode of the Tryhard Podcast is brought to you by our friends at Dollar Shave Club.
Yes.
Man, oh man, it's about getting time.
Oh,
Let me tell you
baby.
what, it's about getting time, and I can't wait to get that Dollar Shave. Oh,
Get
right
that
down
shaved
there.
butter
Feels
down
so
your
good.
face.
Oh,
Parker
man.
spreads Dr. Carver on his toast, dude.
I wish.
Listen, here's talking about it all the time.
I need a re-up.
It's Dollar Shave Club and the razor, especially when I get to use them with the Dr. Carver shave butter. What's up?
my
Woo,
The butter.
baby. Dollar Shave Club has makes products for your hair, face, skin, shower, everything you need. They got us looking and feeling good. I'll tell you what, man. Woo, boy, look at them.
That clean
You
shave.
can shave my head
feels
with
like.
the knife and Dr. Carver's shave.
That's right. And it's all their own original stuff. They only use the finest premium ingredients, and they deliver it to you just like they do with their razors. There's no more annoying trips to the store. Just cruising up and down the aisles trying to find what you want. You don't need to look at all this stuff. It's delivered right there. It's awesome. I use Dollar. Wait, listen. We use Dollar Shave Club for pretty much everything.
Yeah.
They've got us covered for head to toe, and with gift memberships and e-gifts cards available. Dollar Shave Club can help you cover the names on your holiday shopping.
You don't
list.
even have to go through the trouble of putting something in a stocking.
Dude, they got this lavender body wash. That is the most compliments I've ever received on like smelling good. And I barely put on cologne. It was just the body wash that was like potent enough. And people were like, "Damn, what you wearing?" And I was
good,
like,
I'm wearing Dollar Shave
Dollar
Club's
Shave
lavender body wash.
It's good stuff. I want you guys to love Dollar Shave Club as much as I do, and we do. So we've arranged for you to get your first month of their best razor, along with travel-sized versions of their shave butter, body cleanser, and the butt wipes. Let's go.
One wipe, Charlie.
For just $5.
one wipe,
after that
Charlie.
replacement cartridge. After that replacement cartridge ship for just a few bucks a month. It's the Dollar Shave Club starter set. Get yours for just $5 exclusively at dollarshaveclub.com/tryhard. That's dollarshaveclub.com/tryhard. Once again, Christmas is here. Do it now. dollarshaveclub.com/tryhard. It is awesome.
Ask me what you can get for $5 in the travel size at Target right now.
What can you get at Target right now?
Maybe like a small travel size toothpaste and a half of a toothbrush.
It's pretty close. Pretty
Yeah,
close.
that's about it.
Pretty close. So, you guys got anything else? Because I got more to talk about.
Yeah, go.
So Battlegrounds had their update,
Yes, they did.
which is big. Have you played it yet, Parker?
I have not.
What do you?
Because I can only play it here, and I should be editing when I'm here.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's very
true.
hard for me
That's
to
true.
find
Way to go,
time.
Parker!
It's very hard for me to
I got you.
find time.
Why would you?
Because I never trust you with high fives anymore. So I gotta go really
Parker's
fast.
you're
fast, dude.
you're about to break the tip.
The couch is gonna.
Just gonna fall down.
I can never trust you with high fives anymore. So I gotta make sure I get them.
Well, so we're at kind of a weird place with streaming, right? Because Battlegrounds has been the game we've played consistently, and it's been awesome. We love Battlegrounds. It was kind of, for me, I love playing it, but I needed something fresh, and now they have the new map, and it's there, right? Because we've been playing a little bit of Fortnite. For some reason, the G1s just don't care for Fortnite.
Like,
it's been okay.
I played it a little bit, and
I think it's crazy fun.
It's fun, and I feel like for me it should be more fun because it's crafting, and I spent so many years on Minecraft and stuff, but like, I don't know. I would much rather play PUBG, and I don't know what it is about the game per se, but maybe I haven't played nearly as as many hours as y'all have. So.
I would play Fortnite one time for every 4 PUBG games.
I think it's fair.
I think that's the amount that I like it compared to PUBG.
Sure,
but I like Fortnite a lot more than I did, and they had the update, and the guns feel a lot better than they did.
They do, don't they?
Yeah, and I trust what I'm doing more in Fortnite now, and with the building, and I set all these custom hotkeys that helped a lot. But yeah, I would rather play PUBG.
Well, so there's a new kid on the block, which is the
Battle Royale game.
It's not. I don't even know how to describe it.
What?
The game you built a PC for.
Escape from Tarkov. Oh my god.
What is that?
It's a realistic MMO type shooter.
Like this could be the next. It's not gonna be the next Battlegrounds because I don't think 20 million people are gonna buy a realistic.
No.
But I think it's gonna be one of those games that's like has a super niche audience.
Yes.
That people are into, which I don't know is wide enough for our audience, like for a broad audience to watch.
Is it a per monthly like WoW MMO or is it a
no?
one-time
It's
purchase?
I've seen. I don't know exactly how the game. Like
Works.
what the structure is exactly,
Yeah.
but I know you're going to be facing both AI and real life players in the world. It is a super hardcore, like maybe the most hardcore military shooter ever.
Wow.
It's got the deepest gun customization system in history, from what I understand. There's no HUD at all.
Yeah.
To know how many bullets you have to remove your clip and look at the side to see.
And for an MMO to have no HUD, that's like unheard of.
Yeah.
Like, that's how an MMO works.
Well, let me kind of read this out real quick.
Yeah.
And its wiki is like this. It's like 5 lines.
Yeah.
It's like, there's like nothing about it.
Yeah.
Right? So, Escape from Tarkov is a first-person shooter video game developed by Battle State Games. A closed alpha of the game was first made available to users on December 28, 2016. So it's been a year.
Okay.
They've opened up the beta, which I bought the game, and I went into it yesterday. I ran around for about 30 minutes. I didn't find anybody.
Okay.
I got tired. I needed to drink water, and that's
like a real soldier.
Yeah. Gameplay. In its current test build, players can choose to play as 2 of 3 factions available in the game, with the ultimate goal of gathering and extracting loot littered around the fictional city of Tarkov. A skill tree is included, which grants players various perks and skills.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah,
So,
you get the loot, you get to the extraction point, you live, and then you escape, and then you upgrade.
Okay.
The thing about it, though, is that when you're playing it, you select a gun. Let's say you have an AR with a silenced AR with a 4x scope.
Okay.
Right? If you get killed with it, you lose it.
Well, yeah.
Right? Like it's not one of those things where you just find.
It's an MMO crap.
Yeah, and you see to me that's awesome. Like it might seem frustrating, but like that's why Battlegrounds is so cool, is because there's a real gravity to dying because it's new, but it's not so hardcore.
Oh yeah,
it's not so hardcore, so it's refreshing to players, but it's not frustrating to players. Tarkov's like a Sam kind of game.
Yeah. Also, you want to talk about losing your shit, like RuneScape. When I was in 4th grade, you would got to play for like 12 hours and then get killed by a fucking unicorn and lose everything.
Imagine this. Imagine Rainbow Six Siege mixed with Battlegrounds with permadeath and the most intense lack of UI and gun customization in
lack of gun customization. Lack of UI.
Yeah. And extreme gun customization.
Gotcha. I mean, it sounds fun.
Yeah, I mean, like, imagine if you were in a Rainbow Six Siege situation, but if you lost, you started over with your character.
Yeah. No, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll be good, but I remember watching the previews for it and me thinking I have to have a gaming PC for when this game comes out because I want to play it.
Yeah. I was asking Stat about Tarkov and how he feels about it, and He says lots of dying, but it's really fun. Takes a lot of focus and skill to survive,
Mm-hmm.
which I worry about from a streaming perspective.
Because you're
Yeah,
gonna
like losing focus of. I think it's one of those things where only one of us can play, but at the same time, if there's so much focus going on
Yeah.
with it,
you gotta watch each other's
Think
backs.
about the great moments, though. You
Yeah.
know.
You gotta watch your back.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know
think
either.
you're good.
it's so new. It's so raw. I mean, and that it's nothing yet. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I also think y'all should definitely you should stream Far Cry 5 when it comes out.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's drop in co-op. You're killing Nazis in the South.
But it's a Ubisoft shooter, and Ubisoft is evil. And if they
Why are
make
they
guns with
evil?
games, then nobody's gonna watch.
yeah.
I'll watch.
But we're gonna try Far Cry
I'll
for
watch
sure.
It looks like the titties, and I love Far Cry. So
Yeah, I fully intend on playing,
Mhm.
trying to make Far Cry 5 a game.
Yeah.
Like, I want a hard push on Far Cry 5.
I guess we'll see.
You go fly fishing. When was the last time you went fly fishing?
Never in a video game.
I mean, in real life.
Not in a long time.
Okay.
But yeah,
Yeah, it's just I feel like we're just in this kind of unique place where we, Battlegrounds is getting a breath of fresh air. It's being released, and they're gonna have a new map soon, and that's gonna be fun. And the fact that we over the next few weeks, so we have the 11 days of game attack starting,
Right.
and that's gonna be this Thursday.
yeah,
And then from there, after that, we're only doing Thursday morning streams for the rest of the year, and we'll see if they come back in 2018.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we really hope the Patreon takes off, like, and allows us to focus in, take that 2 hours a day in the morning and focus in on making awesome stuff for you guys.
Yeah.
And we kind of see a return on that.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see. I mean,
I was thinking about this, and I was like, what you're gonna see coming up this next week is what we wanted the channel to be 6 months ago.
yeah. I mean, we've said all along we wanted to launch Patreon 6 months ago.
Yeah.
We wish we could have. We couldn't.
Yes.
So, yeah, this is exactly what we wanted it to be. So we'll see kind of how it all comes together. But yeah,
For sure.
yeah.
Man.
I got nothing else, man.
Yeah.
I mean, outside of Christmas plans, hey,
What are your
real
Christmas plans?
usual stuff.
Okay.
Usual stuff.
Usual stuff.
Usual stuff.
It's just
I will tell you this much.
Mhm.
I will have Christmas presents for you guys in 2 weeks.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Really?
Can you give me a budget to work with so I can buy you a Christmas
no,
present?
I bought it with my own money.
No, I know, but
shit,
like I
dude.
don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to underbuy for you.
I don't care. I don't want you to give me anything.
Okay.
We'll think about it.
No, I don't want you guys to give me anything.
Joint gift.
We'll think about it.
I don't want anything from you.
That's not the point. We
I
want to
just
give you something.
I just value you two so much
Yeah.
that I thought that it would be great.
Are you getting us ass spray?
Ass.
Getting us a bottle of ass spray?
You know,
I got you Dollar Shave Club trial membership for just $5.
There's a Blue
means so
Apron
much
sample
more.
box for you.
It's good stuff. All right, cool. You guys, thanks so much for tuning in this week. We have Dollar Shave Club. We have Try Hard 61 next week, and for all you patrons, guess what? You get Try Harder after this, which is more Try Hard. It's a post show. We're gonna talk about stuff. Have a great week, guys. Mario Party Saturday starts tonight at 7 p.m. if you're watching this on Saturday, and if you're not watching on Saturday, guess what? There's still Mario Party Saturday coming up the next couple weeks. So have a great week, guys. We'll see you guys later. I'm gonna walk over here, and you guys keep talking.
Okay.
me tapping that knee.
Don't say anything. Just be quiet while he goes out. We're recording?
Nope.